here we are. Welcome to Comfort Food for Thought. I'm your host, Chris James. I'm coming to you from the city by the sea, Asbury Park, New Jersey. This is our kickoff episode, so I'm going to introduce myself and start off with a little background. Now, I've always been fascinated by mysteries, and the mysteries of life, those were the answers I was really after. Spiritual side of the equation. I wanted to know how things really worked. I studied philosophy and religion in college, and although I was raised Catholic, I always wanted to know what other people believed. I wanted to find the common ground, the things that most people agree on. Even more important, I wanted to find spiritual concepts that I could believe in, ideas that had practical application for me. So basically, I wanted to find the meaning of life and the key to eternal happiness. No small order, right? Yeah, well, now I'm from New Jersey. Patience is definitely not one of my natural qualities. So my journey, my spiritual journey, like many of you, I'm sure, was fraught with frustrations. Every time I thought I had it all figured out, suddenly there were more questions. Well, it goes like that, doesn't it? Now, I don't identify with any one particular religion, but I've found truth, inspiration, and light in all of them. You never know where you're going to find something that resonates with your heart. There's so many traditions, so many ideas and philosophies, so I've learned to be open-minded. I follow my intuition, pay attention to what resonates as truth in my heart, and that's helped me through my lessons. Oh, and I'll tell you, some of it wasn't easy. Some of my spiritual lessons, I went through them kicking and screaming, fighting it the whole way. But coming through the other side, I also learned so much about the good stuff. I've learned to see and appreciate the light, the beauty, and the love in the world. And that's the part I want to pass on. I certainly don't have all the answers. Far from it. I'm just a storyteller. I'm still learning and figuring stuff out too, but, maybe you can learn from my mistakes and get to the good stuff quicker. I'll share what works for me, and who knows, maybe it'll work for you too. So for the next 15 minutes or so, relax, pull up a chair. My house is your house, and I hope it can be a place of refuge and peace for you. We're going to seek out all that good stuff together and see where it leads. So what do you say? Come along for the ride. Well, enough about me. How's your heart today? Feeling good? Doing all right? I hope so. Hope you're feeling peaceful and everything's going good for you today. And if not, well, hopefully you're in the right place. Maybe something we talk about today or in the future will help turn it around. My hope is that every time I sit down in front of this mic, there's one thing that I say that speaks to your heart or gives you an answer you were looking for or just gets you thinking. That's the goal. I pray that Spirit will bless me with the right words and the right way of saying things. I'm hoping it's going to be a good collaboration. So, the plan. Each week, we're going to look at a different spiritual and inspirational idea. We'll talk about it. I'll tell you some stories, and hopefully, if all goes well, we'll find some practical real-life applications. We'll see what works. Now, you're gonna have to participate here. I'm going to give you homework, but don't worry. There's no pressure. It'll be fun. Anyway, so let's get going on our journey together. I'm looking forward to it. Now, you don't know me yet, but you will. I look forward to sharing some stories from the road. If you tune in a few times, well, you're going to get to know me, 15 minutes at a time. Hopefully, you'll hang around and make a habit of it. I would love that. I hope you do. So it's up to me now. It'll be my job not to bore you to tears. So I'll do my very best. So let me ask you something. Who are you? Well, that sounded very Jersey, didn't it? I lived here my whole life. This is how we talk here. And we definitely don't say Joyzy. I don't know who made that up. Nobody talks like that. All right. So I know we don't really know each other. But if you wanted me to know you, what would you tell me? What makes you you? Well, I know it would be interesting because one of the things I love is that every single one of us is unique. Every one of us is interesting and was created to be our unique self. We weren't created to wish we were somebody else, or we certainly weren't created to be unhappy or in pain. Now I hear some of you saying, hey, wait a second, what are you talking about? I'm unhappy and I'm in pain right now. Maybe it wasn't intended, but I am. Yes, I know. You've seen some hard times. I have too. You may be going through some really difficult stuff right now. And I know it's hard to stay positive in the face of all that. But all the more reason we have to seek our inner peace. We have to seek the answers that resonate with us, things that work for us. We have to open our hearts and rediscover the wonder and beauty in life. There's good stuff waiting for you. Trust me. Be open to it. It's coming. So this is a good place to begin the journey. You and I. Probably everything we talk about going forward is going to be some derivative of this idea that life is supposed to be beautiful. It's supposed to be joyful. You were intended, created to be happy, and happy in your own way. That's important. Now, I had to learn this lesson myself many times over. When I was a young man, which is a long while ago now, but when I was a young man, I spent a lot of time pretending or wishing I was somebody else. And, like a lot of young people, I wasn't very confident that I was good enough if I was just myself, right? So I tried to be interesting in all kinds of ways that weren't natural to me. And you ever do that? Well, I did it. It wasn't a pretty sight, I'll tell you. And, when I did that, nothing seemed to go right. I wasn't being true to myself, and I wasn't happy. So you see, what you are inside, your authentic self, you have to be true to that. You wouldn't be here in this life if there wasn't a plan for you. There's no mistakes. No. And I'll go a step further. I think those plans are always full of potential for joy, love, and learnings. If you spend too much time trying to be someone else, you miss out on a lot. Now, there's one thing you're going to hear me talk about all the time. Free will. You and I, we have the ability to choose. We're free to choose whatever we want to. It's part of the deal. It's part of the journey of being human. Now, it's not to say those choices won't have consequences. Oh, there's consequences. You better believe it. Some of them are pretty serious. You reap what you sow, yeah? But in the end, that's how we learn. That's how we evolve. We have the freedom to try out all the different paths. Some are dead ends. Some don't lead to very good places. But hey, you don't know what's down those paths unless you walk them yourself, right? Because you see, real knowledge and wisdom comes from making your own mistakes, making your own discoveries. I can't even tell you what a collection of mistakes I have myself. It's a big collection. Trust me. And sometimes I had to make the same mistake a whole bunch of times before I even started to learn from it. Well, to err is human. Don't be too hard on yourself. This is life. It's all about the journey. And sometimes, we go down some strange roads in life, don't we? Nothing wrong with that. It's all part of the process of figuring out who we are. And figuring out who we are, well, that's one of life's biggest lessons. And it's a lifelong project. All through life, we're in a constant state of becoming. Who you were yesterday is not who you are today. And it's certainly not who you're going to be tomorrow. So go easy. Don't judge yourself. Making mistakes is part of it. Now, everyone has their own path, and everyone's path has its own unique twists and turns, Don't compare your journey to anyone else's. Wherever you are is okay. Remember, we're all just trying to find peace, happiness, love, and purpose in our own way. That's what makes life interesting. Everybody's trying out their own way to get there. When I finally began to realize that, really helped me have compassion for other people. It reminded me, everyone's just doing their thing. Everyone's trying to find their own way. Some ways turn out better than others, but, if people aren't free to try all the different paths, then it's not free will, is it? So let's try to be understanding. Everyone's just doing their thing. Live and let live, right? So think about your own unique journey here. You were created to be yourself, and you're the only one that can be you. Celebrate that. Be thankful for that. And remember something. You're going to find your happiness and fulfillment in your own unique way. There's no need to follow the crowd or compete with other people. That's not where you're going to find it. Where you are going to find it is in pursuing your dreams, your interests, and your aspirations. Remember, my friend, you were created to be the person that finds happiness, fulfillment, and joy in those things. You're unique. Oh, and that's the best thing to be. When you're true to yourself, life gets happier and easier, trust me. Now, I know a lot of us find ourselves in a situation where you're looking at another person and they seem to have more of what you want. More success, more money, more love, whatever it is. Well, I know it's easy to think that if you could just be like that person, you'd get the things they have, right? We all do that. I've done it. You know what? It's exhausting. because it's not natural. You're not being yourself. And even worse, I think people see through it. It doesn't do you any good. Now, I think what helped me, and maybe this thought will help you too, is that the more I remembered and embraced who I really was, the more peaceful and content with myself I felt. But it required me to get to know a certain person. Yep, myself. You'd be surprised at how many people don't want to do that. Yeah, it's tough. I know. The world tries to keep you unsatisfied with yourself, doesn't it? I learned that when I took an advertising class in college. I remember the professor saying, "It's a lot easier to sell things to people when they're unhappy with their lives." Oh, it's true though, right? Sad to say. Terrible. And I know there's a lot of pressure on people these days to live up to impossible standards. It's easier than ever to feel inadequate and get down on yourself. Social media, it's a wonderful thing, wonderful way to stay connected. But sometimes, it makes things worse, doesn't it? We compare ourselves to other people. We judge ourselves by who's paying attention. We count the likes. We get hung up on the comments, right? Oh, I've been there. All right, here comes the homework. Now, no matter how you're feeling about yourself today, I think it'll be fun to do a little project. Something for you to try that'll help you rediscover yourself and get centered. And don't worry, we're not going to open up any closets where the skeletons live. No, this will be fun. We're going to make what I call a happy book. Now, I really want you to try it. It won't hurt, I promise. Okay? So get yourself a notebook or a journal, just a piece of paper, or make a Word document or a digital note on your phone, whatever works for you. And just start making a list of everything that makes you happy. Be truthful. This is your own private thing. No need to share it with anyone. This isn't to impress anyone or to get likes or comments. This is for you. No one's going to see it but you. So tell the truth now. Now, there's going to be one rule. I'm just going to ask you not to write down anything that's in the future. This is not the place to write down things in the future that are going to make you happy when they come to pass, or things you think might make you happy if you had them. We're just looking at the present and at the past here. What has made you happy up until today? Okay? Got it? Trust me, it's going to be fun. All right, tell you what, to get you started, I'll tell you the kind of stuff I wrote in mine. Because I won't ask you to do anything I haven't done myself. So let's see. I've got all kinds of stuff written in here. Let me see. Okay. So my dog, of course. The flowering tree outside my window. The smell of the ocean coming down the street. Oh, I love that. When the wind is out of the east, I can smell the ocean. In the summer, I can smell the suntan lotion. Well, good to be on the Jersey Shore. Okay, well, let's see. Lots of names of Jersey Shore restaurants here, and names of streets I like to walk down. Let's see. Names of songs, places, flowers, foods. Oh, lots of foods. Jokes. Lots of inside jokes written in here. Hey, it's all stuff that makes me smile. And memories too. Don't forget that. Lots to look back on and smile about, right? Put all that stuff down. Anyway, as you do it and continue to add to it, a miraculous thing will start to happen. As you look back on it, you'll start to realize how much happiness you actually get from simple stuff. And this is the good part. You're going to start to see this overall picture of your true self. There's something very enlightening about looking at yourself through the lens of what makes you happy. Think about that. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. We spend way too much time judging ourselves and exhausting ourselves, chasing after the things we think will make us happy, and not nearly enough time just enjoying the things that make us happy right here, right now. I promise you're going to be amazed at how much beauty and fun and laughter and inspiration that you found in your day-to-day life. Look at what you wrote. Now think about this. Nobody can derive joy from that stuff the way you can. Remember that. You're the only you there is. And look at all that joy you've experienced in life already. Oh, and there's more to come. The best is yet to come. Okay, well, the clock is winding down here. I don't want to talk your ear off, so we'll get back into all this next time. So before we part ways, I think it would be good if we just sit quietly together with Spirit and let some of these thoughts sink in. Now, if you're driving, don't close your eyes. Just relax and be peaceful. So let's take a breath and just quiet all the thoughts and worries just for a minute. Let's affirm this. I was created to be myself. I'm special and unique, just as I am. When I'm true to myself, life is easier and more peaceful. And only I can feel joy in the unique way that I do. Okay, well, to be continued. Till the next time we get together, I'll be wishing good things for you. And I'll be hoping you'll find new stuff for your happy book every day. Keep working on it. May Spirit protect you and bring you abiding peace till we meet again. Okay, take care of yourself, my friend. I'll be back soon.
You've been listening to Comfort Food for Thought with Chris James. For more information and links to our social media, please visit us at our website, www.comfortfoodforthought.com. Thanks for listening.